I'm live. Hello. I'm not doing an intro today. I'm a very broken woman, but I have returned. And thank you all. Hopefully this sounds good. I think, maybe. Today? Okay, yeah, that sounds okay. That sounds like a thing. What happens if I go here? Oh, nothing. Well, that's always good. Hello, hi, how are you? My goodness. I shouldn't be late nor gay. I am actually 2 minutes early, technically. Maybe? Where have I been? Oh, God, I was away all month, wasn't I? Well, you see, I took a vacation for the first time in forever. My husband and I, he took me to Japan. We did a Japan for 2 weeks, and it was amazing and wonderful, and then I got sick. And then I got sick again. So then I had to take an additional week off, and basically this month, I have not streamed at all. This is my first time. First time. So the reason why I'm not doing face cam is because I'm still very haggard. I'm exhausted. If I sound exhausted or done with life, I apologize greatly. I'm very excited to be here, but unfortunately, my energy has been at an all-time low. It was actually quite scary earlier this week. I was considering going to the doctor, but I will not do that. That will not happen. I don't believe in going to doctors. I'm just kidding. If you have something wrong with you, please seek medical attention. Don't do what I do. But yeah, anyway. So, that happened, and it was amazing and wonderful, and I plan on doing a video with some of the stuff I bought. I don't take videos often, so my B-roll footage from Japan is very lacking, so I would just have pictures and audio for you guys. I'm very much so somebody who's more so, like, in the moment than take a bunch of pictures. And then, of course, all the pictures that I took on my phones, well, they're actually mostly research and reference photos that aren't like the most interesting thing for other people. But yeah, I'll still share some of that stuff. But yeah, so very, very cool. Loved going to the museums, the science museums and things like that. Got to see shrines. Got to see lots and lots of wonderful things. Spent most of our time in Akihabara. We were originally supposed to go all over Japan, but then me getting sick kind of really changed the plans. And then the heat. I knew their summers were brutal at times. I know that the humidity can be very bad. This, I guess, suppose, has been like uncharacteristically hot. And as somebody with a sun allergy, being out in the sun every single day kind of really sucks and drains you. So yeah. Why aren't you on Kick? I don't. So all the OBS had an update and everything's broken. So I'm just doing the bare minimums today. I have not sat at my computer to fix things. So that is that. But you guys have been so generous to me. Let me tackle the hype crew here who was very generous to me beforehand. Oh no! Oh no! Son, our very first. Our very first tipperoo was from Sison. Fuck. I forgot how to pronounce the first half of it. But I know you're my son. Welcome back. It's Zelixon. There we go. Not hard. Look at that. You even... Oh, man. I should have read it beforehand. But you know what? I'm an honest person. Zelixon. No, you are Zelixon. That's who you are. You are my son. Even though I don't get any tax benefits from you. Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate it. Jason J, thank you so much for renewing your membership. Nerf! The Nerf was Japan. Amazing. Things have gone to hell in a handbasket while you were gone. I guess a few things happened. Welcome home, though. Ready for the crazy train. Oh, lordy. Is that true? Is that true? Don't worry. Yes, technically brought virus from Asia. I did not fuck a pangolin. There was no pangolin fucking. My husband did not fuck a pangolin. There'll be none of that. We also didn't try any crazy foods. Actually, I do have some very funny stories about the food. Within the first hour of being there, I already fucked something up somehow. Oh man, dude, I almost died. It was funny. Das Push, thank you so much for the tip. Welcome back, Queen of the Hazel. God damn it! We don't need to start with that. It's green. And Marty, oh, Mahuin, thank you so much for the generous squiggly tipperoo. Welcome back. Get better in health soon. Bless you. Thank you. I'm trying. I have a very weak constitution. I am not of strong body, but that's okay. God had to nerf me. Thank you so much, Darth Cactus, for the tipperoo. To be honest, thought you just decided to stay in Japan. Welcome, Mr. Savvy. We had a couple of funny back and forths, and like in theory, I could totally just technically stay in Japan. Like I'm just saying, like technically, I don't take up much space, and actually, based off of even my worst months, monetization wise, technically I could make it work. Technically, I would not do that though. I love my husband. I couldn't be away from him. The Mervoth, thank you so much for the tip. Came back from Japan nearly a week ago myself. Oh, very nice. Got sick as well and just recovered. Oh, bless you. It's terrible. It's a really weird thing going around. My husband is not having a good time. I hope he does not end up with my fatigue though. He will have a very bad week. He needs to get back to work. Not just like for sanity reasons or whatever, getting back on the grind. It's like literally they need him. He is needed. He is an important individual. Yeah, I feel your pain, but welcome back. Well, thank you. Oh, man. Ah, where did it go? Everything got kerfuffled. Retro Gamer, thank you so much for the squiggly tipperoo. I can't, I can't stay here very long. It's almost 11 p.m. here. So thanks again for all just helping and fighting censorship after all the things recently. Let's not forget about collective shit out. Yes, bless you. I'm sorry that it's very late for you. This is a later than normal time that I would usually do on a Monday, but I was kind of like pushing things as late as possible for myself. But yeah, don't worry. I haven't forgotten. A lot of people have been sending me a lot of DMs about some of the stuff they've been saying and doing and stuff like that. Don't worry. I have seen it. I'm still keeping tabs on them. I am still in emails with locals in Australia. I am looking at some options to operate within the confines of Australian law to see what kind of things can be done to investigate them and possibly, get them removed from positions of power. Through, of course, all legal means, because I don't believe that what they're doing is a net benefit for Australia or society as a whole. Stormborn, thank you so much for keeping your membership going for 11 months. That's crazy. Hi, bye. Well, hi, bye. Not an FBI. Oh, no. You were picking on Winterboro, and they cried about it. Also, they given up taking down people on Steam, pointing out them working with SBI on Steam. They cried about it, did they? I went and saw one of the people who work for them, very much so an activist, Loon, very unhappy with just life in general. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the SBI thing is just, it's a good reminder, and like we have to keep on it. SBI isn't obviously my focus anymore. But I'm glad that people are keeping on it, obviously. It's super important to do so. So I was unaware that they were on the big old list, but I'm happy to, of course, lend a little bit of voice there to remind people that, SBI no touch. Which is sad, because the game actually, it looks cute, but it does just kind of look like a dime in a dozen. Like, it's like, it'd be a good, like, weekend if it's snowing outside and, like, the game's on sale for, like, $3. Looked like it could have been good for that. But SBI, no toucharoo. No toucharoo. Oh, man. The Mervoth, thank you so much for the tippy. 90 to 94% humidity. I almost died at Universal Japan. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't even bother trying. I wanted to take my husband to, like, the Harry Potter stuff, but...
A couple of years ago, after the Palestine attack, I actually supported Israel to an extent. Now, I hope they wipe each other out. Israel must lose its influence over the U.S. at any cost.
Oh, thank you so much for, so that was a tipperoo through Streamlabs directly, which means that goes straight into my my PayPal account. Yes, I do still have a PayPal account, even though I hate PayPal. I personally have never had any issues with them, but I know tons of people who have, and I just have it for ease of access, and because a lot of the artists that I commission only use PayPal, so I still keep it, but thank you so much for that. I'll just go ahead and address that super quick, I guess. Unfun topic, obviously, when we talk about governments and corrupted connections and, people who are manipulating the world from behind the scenes. That's super serious. Obviously, the Israeli government and Netanyahu, I can never say his name. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Netanyahu. People are not fond of him. People are not fond of... Oh, shit! Thank you! Fuck, love my caribou.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys are being crazy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Words and things. Jesus Christ, thanks. Right, so Netanyahu, obviously very unpopular. Very weird stuff just always goes on with the Israeli government. The reason why they're super in the news, obviously outside of the conflicts going on with Palestine, and that is because they just got TikTok, and Netanyahu decided to meet with American influencers, and some of these influencers were the same ones who have sold out before for things. No surprise there that these are the people who are going to go take money from Israel. I think all of that is super uncool. I absolutely do believe that, you know, one single country anywhere in the world should not have the manipulative powers that Israel does, and I do believe that for America as well. I believe that for any country, actually. Nobody should be manipulating anybody else. I hate that shit. America does it, China does it, Russia does it. Obviously, countries in the Middle East do it. So there's a lot of shit that goes on there and stuff with that. So very uncool. I just want all of the corruption to be exposed. And I'd like people to be able to just have their freaking countries. Obviously, however, the reason why America is so invested in Israel isn't because of any perceived friendliness. It's literally strategy and resources. That's it. It's literally fucking it. That's the only reason. Oh no. YouTube just broke. I can't see anything now. There we go. The reason why any country likes anybody is because of resources. I think China and Australia are really great examples of that. The only reason why anyone gives a shit about Australia, sorry Aussies, is because of the resources. I think they produce or they mine. They have access to iron. I forgot. They have one major massive export. I'm not an expert on all of this. It's hard for me to remember everything all the time, especially when I'm sick. But they have one major export, and China buys most of it, and then China uses that to produce the world's steel. I think I forgot how it was all connected. But because somebody was trying to say like, oh, America isn't even that important for trading. For Australia, China's the number one. And I'm like, you think China's gonna save you? You're crazy. You're dumb. You're insane. Anyway, so that's what it is. It's always a battle of resources. That's all it is. But to get back to more fun things, 94% humidity from Mervoth. For the Subaru there. I almost died at Universal Japan. Yeah, I wanted to take my husband to the Harry Potter land, but there was no way that either of us would survive that. That humidity was crazy. What's interesting is after I bought some Japanese t-shirts, I actually fared better. So in America, I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of things have moved towards being soft, right? And sometimes that means the quality doesn't always last. You can have soft things that do last a while, but then they'll like hold on to sweat and things like that, right? And so all t-shirts used to be made out of the same kind of material that's a little bit thicker, a little bit stiffer, but some people don't like that in exchanging for the soft stuff. I buy soft stuff, right? But so I liked a couple of the t-shirts and I wanted to buy them. Like my doggy butthole shirt is very cute. It was my tourist shirt. But it actually helps wick away sweat, and then it doesn't smell even if you do a little bit of the sweating. I don't typically sweat. It's actually a problem. It's like not a healthy thing. You should sweat. It's very healthy to sweat. You want to sweat. It helps cool you off, right? So I just thought that was really interesting, and I'll talk more about all that stuff like in a dedicated video too. Because I think that there are some differences that are super obvious, and then there's some not so much that I'd like to focus on just because that's a fun thing for me. What else have we got here? My goodness, Gamer Forever, thank you so much for your generosity. Holy shit, may the Norse gods give you strength. We must all unite to fight this war of censorship, of anime, manga, games. United we stand, divided we fall. Time to rise up and fight, never yield. Vikings raise shield wall, keep up the good fight. Hope I see you and your husband on Midgard's I feel so bad. I need to figure out the pronunciation for that. Midgard's fuck, I'm not even gonna try. As I continue to try. Midgard's I bet you the B is silent. Midgard's I don't know. I'm really bad at this. But thank you. You always have such wonderful and passionate tippy messages, and it means a lot because it's true. We are technically in a battle. We are not necessarily in a physical battle, obviously. We are in a battle of wits and words and trying to not get killed for it. So hopefully we come out of this alive and can make the world a slightly better place. Son! The urge to make a nurse me joke now. Only you. Only you are allowed to do that. I'd never adopt anyone. Oh, man. Netflix Yahoo, as Jeremy calls him. Yeah, that's actually a good way to do it. Yahoo! Oh, man. Whew, excuse me. Holy shit, Madam Savvy is live. I can't believe I almost fell asleep before seeing the notifications. I might die before the stream ends. We'll see how we go. Phil, my Kraken. Thank you so much for the tip. Makes sense that you don't sweat. You're a bird after all. There's a lot of things that are being said that I just can't disagree with. And it's like, I mean, look, it's like that causation correlation thing. Like, if it doesn't sweat like a bird, it must be a bird, you know? Oh, man. You're all crazy. Good evening, Miss Savvy. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic. I hope that you guys have all been well. So we got tons of stuff in the news. We're going to do like a kind of short recap and a short kind of like run through some headlines. Obviously, while I was gone, the unfortunate and disturbing assassination of Charlie Kirk occurred. While I was sick, since I was in the hotel, I was able to still help research and show off some of the heinous behavior of game devs and others. I got a lot of DMs during that time, and I was trying to go through them all and verify them, and it was very depressing. Very, very tragic thing. The amount of people celebrating an assassination. I think that it would have been different if it would have been an accident and these people were celebrating it, whatever. Like, that's still not good. But the fact that they were celebrating an assassination, obviously, not cool. So we did that. What else happened? A lot of stuff happened in politics. We had additional shooter situations as well. There's been some moves. There's been some game news. I've been having a great time with Genshin. I'm trying not to just pick up all the depressing stuff because then I'm just gonna get sad. My dog just made the saddest noise. Engine Girl is doing good. I'm trying to think of other new stuff, actually. Man, like the past 2 weeks the past week has been a blur for me. So I'm trying to also separate what happened in Japan versus what happened here. Actually, I think that was kind of, there was a lot that happened, but I don't remember. The Tactician Musician, thank you so much for the tippy. I still have no money. Here's some money. No, keep the money for yourself. If you have no money, keep your money. Yeah. I appreciate it, though. It's very generous of you. And Master Porky, thank you so much for continuing your savagery with 13 months. My God. Father has returned. It's been a while. I've heard you've recently gotten pregnant. That's pretty cool. Wait, who said that? No! Just because I have strange cravings and irregularities does not mean I am pregante. I assure you all, no pomegranates are in the oven. You would know if I was. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't. Okay, so look, I'll tell you guys when I'm not pregnant. I don't know how this is going to work because then you guys are just going to ask me every day. But I'm not going to announce when I am pregnant. At least not till it's an appropriate time. I don't know what that is. Probably shortly after the child is born. Maybe. I don't know. To be honest, I'd rather nobody knows if I have kids or not. Obviously, it's well known and documented I don't have children now. But I don't know. I go back and forth on that between total privacy and being honest, but not obviously posting photos. I'm not posting any pictures or videos of the children. That kind of thing. Oh, that's right. The Tylenol thing happened. Thank you. Yes. Oh, fuck! Shit! Well. We are all wrong, babe. All wrong, babe. All wrong, babe. All wrong. Yes, we are all wrong, babe. All wrong, babe. All wrong, babe. All wrong. Yes, we are all wrong.
Gay Carpenter 88, welcome back. Fun times in Japan? Have you seen the new G&G RPG cards? Not the Pokemon ones.
I just loved it. Whatever. It's So that is an old donation trigger, tip trigger from my Twitch days. I feel absolutely...
No, we don't care about Israel because of resources. We care about them because they buy all our politicians, control international banking, and assassinate people who don't play ball.
Okay, so that tip thing was from many moons ago, back when I did the Hype Master Frat Boy Friday Twitch streams back in my pro gamer days. That was I'm gonna get demonetized and reported for that. I don't know if that actually demonetizes anything. I don't know if they've made a claim on that one, on my other one when it got through. It probably does. I'll just remove that segment. But yeah, so I'll just leave it. I completely forgot what the tip even was. I completely forgot. Let me log into Streamlabs real quick because now I gotta view that stuff. But thank you. The direct tipperoos are fantastic. Just because they go straight into my account and I don't have to wait a month because September is gonna be terrible. I say that. Thank you so much. Okay, the text is really quiet. Ababins 88. Welcome back. Oh, it's from Gay Carpenter. Welcome back. Fun times in Japan. Yes. Have you seen the new G&G RPG cards, not Pokemon ones? No, I haven't seen anything. I've been dead. What is... Okay, and then... Hang on. I'm almost in order here. Okay. Darth Cactus, thank you so much for the 5-star. I'm trying to go in order. I'm really lost. We'll get to the news eventually. We sort of started talking about it. On the topic of things that happened while Mr. Savvy was abroad, shout out to the Straw Hat Pirates that overthrew Nepal in 2 days via Discord. Well, yes, that happened too. And actually, there's a couple of people... there was one guy who was like just traveling through there. And then he became a local celebrity accidentally because he was reporting on the ground. Like, he didn't mean to turn into a news thing. He was passing through and like, oh man, I should film this and share it with the world. And thanks to him, we got to see even more cool and amazing shots of just everything that was going on. Cool and amazing in terms of just, you know, there is something... when I use those words, I don't use them in the modern sense. I use them in the genuine, like, that's, like, it inspires awe in the mind. Like, it's something just different, like, truly unique. Because you're looking at a group of people overthrowing their government. Like, that's, no matter how you look at it, no matter what the circumstances, is fascinating for observing. So, hopefully, innocence is spared and Nepal can rebuild and turn into something better than it was. Das Push, thank you for the 5. Okay, I'll indulge the lie just this once because I feel bad for your suffering. Your green eyes are so pretty. Even Lopan would be simping for them. It's not a lie! Why are you people like this? Congratulations, Savvy. You sound absolutely glowing today. God damn it, you people. I'm not pregnant. Oh, man. Have I seen the Chainsaw Man movie while in Japan? No, we did not see any movies. And my son. No, we don't care about Israel because of resource. We care about them because they buy all our politicians, control international banking, and assassinate people who don't play ball. Okay, well, yeah, you know, that's kind of part of the resource deal. That is part of the resource deal. Actually is. I mean, you could... All right, actually... This is gonna get clipped out of context. Humans are resources. I stand by that statement. And if you don't think that they're resources, then why is it called HR? I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Mastigawa, thank you so much for renewing your membership for an entire year. Wow, that's so long. That's crazy. It's hard to believe that I've been doing this for that long already. I'm a lazy sack of garbage who really should have been streaming probably every other day. But thank you so much, anyway, for being here, even though I will go at a month at a time without streaming. People fear China, but our real enemy is the police state known as the UK. In the UK, they arrest 8 times more people than China over social media posts. That is interesting. I'm going to have to look up the statistics. I have never actually done that, and I should. I do believe that probably what you're saying is 100% true and factual, but I definitely do want to see the numbers, especially because they should be they should be updated. Sorry. They should be updated for like the past year, right? Yeah. Were you always planning on Oh Jesus. Were you always planning on conceiving your child in Japan? Or did it just happen by Why do you people think I had a child? Jesus Christ. Oh man, no, there was no child born in Japan. The Tictician Musician, thank you so much. Birds don't get pregnant, they lay eggs. That's very true. The talking savvy avatar kicks butt. Bless you. Yes, this is my lazy, it's too hot to put clothes on to be avatar. But now I feel the need to change it because now it's not too hot, and now it's like I should have like a sick overlay. But it's fine. I'll add more details to this eventually. I'll make it so that way the mouth also looks better while talking. I don't have brown eyes, and I'm not pregnant. What will you name the baby then? Actually, we do have baby names picked out. I will not, however, say them, but I will say one thing that I won, and that's all that matters. Firstborn. I told husband I would like to have 3 to 5 children. Realistically, it's probably not going to happen unless I have 2 sets of twins. Unfortunately, at my age, my anxiety levels, I don't know. I don't know. It's well, I got some health stuff I have to sort out. Being pregnant for me. That's a whole nother conversation for a completely different stream. We can dissect that. He will be named Sasuke. Oh no. Okay, so you definitely planned it. All right, everybody's just gonna think that I just have a child now. That's so funny. Or some Genshin character. I would never. I would actually, I wouldn't say never. I think, what Genshin name realistically do I like that wouldn't be cultural appropriation? Because if I just get like, I don't know, I mean Venti, like, that doesn't really work. What's the first thing that everybody thinks of? You like Starbucks. I'm like, oh no, he's named after a twink alcoholic god in a game from China. And then if I were to go for his actual name, Barbados, that is gonna be like, what are you, a fan of fucking pirates, you dumb bitch? God damn. Accused of cultural appropriation from 2 angles. Don't name your child that or they'll get bullied so hard in school. Well, the child will be homeschooled. Deelick would be... That would not work. I would make fun of them. I would do that. Whole lore on fake family on his streams for Hypnotic. That's true. Name the baby Oink the Destroyer. If only because it's a good conversation starter. Alright. Oh, but yeah, I guess we could just go with that. Sure, we could spread that fake news. Go forth. Go forth, my sweets. Spread misinformation. I'd rather be named Bob than Venti. Yeah, exactly. See? Venti's a good fictional name. It's a fun fictional name. I don't think it translates well. Unless there was a really cool V. I mean, there's tons of cool V names. Something that has Venti in it. Savvy morphed into a VTuber? Hardly. Homeschooled, but it's Savvy's home. Yo, alright, listen. This is gonna be the last thing I say on children. I already told my parents there'll be none of that baby babble bullshit in my fucking home.
I got balls of steel.
Oh my god. Thank you so much, Gamer Forever! I was in a fire, holy shit! But got out with... Wait, did it just do 2 notifications? Oh, somebody subscribed on Kick! Damned Bug, thank you for subscribing on Kick even though I'm not live on Kick, holy shit! That's why the balls of steel went. I'm like, what the fuck? And second, wait, let me start over. I was in a fire but got out with fist and 2nd degree burns, but my dog died in fire. Holy shit, in a fire in Newfoundland. Viking, my keyboard. As my sword, my PC as my shield. I hope you get better. May the Norse god give you strength. God bless you. No, God bless you. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. Your dog actually died in a fire? I'm so sorry. That's fucking heartbreaking. I thought we were gonna go into like a metaphor or something and like get epic. No, that's depressing, dude. I'm so sorry. That's traumatic. I hope that everybody else is safe, and I hope that you're able to heal and feel better. What a terrible thing. Wow. Everybody say prayer for Gamer Forever, because that's some rough shit. My son, my third born son. We must pass laws stating that other countries' laws do not apply to our websites. Similar laws for laws in one state applying to websites in another. Yeah, if only our politicians actually gave a damn. But unfortunately, just like every single politician around the world, they don't give a damn. They're not going to do that, and they're not going to do anything that actually benefits the will of the people. Nope. They are going to be a bunch of assholes and continue to expand their power. Actually, look at Ohio. Ohio is very concerning right now. I got to go through all of the things that went in to cause this. Arizona, I think, is the second breeding ground for this bullshit. Things are going to get... unfortunately, I made a very pessimistic post. But I am not here to sell you a lie, to placate you, that we're winning anything. I'm just going to be real every single time up front and say exactly what I think. And I unfortunately do not believe that there is enough movement in the right direction to actually tackle the actual problems that society is having. DEI isn't going away. ESG is not going away. All right? None of this stuff is going away. Yahoo! None of the core problems are being solved. Propaganda is still propagandaing, but the issue is, how do you deal with the propaganda to accelerate the death of it without mucking up the First Amendment? Obviously, we don't want to get totalitarian, and we don't want to, start jailing people for misinformation. However, if you're going to, let's just say hypothetically, your network is considered a news network. If you start, if you're peddling lies intentionally that are disproven, and you don't retract that as soon as the truth comes out or whatever, this is not talking about speculation. This is peddling genuine lies. I think that, you should lose your broadcast license, because licenses, they have rules, they have terms, they have services. That doesn't jail you. I don't believe anybody should be jailed for that. But, I think that you should lose it. Now, that doesn't stop you from going on to some other website or some other media source or whatever and still speaking whatever it is you want to speak. We have to walk a fine line with that. But there needs to start being some serious consequences. And I say this not necessarily as a criticism that Trump himself is moving too slow on certain things. It's more so like, I wish all of our politicians would fuck off, because every single one of the politicians is impeding any sort of progress for anybody. The Republicans do not listen to the voters. The Democrats do not listen to the voters. Like, nobody is listening to the people who voted for them. And I don't know why these people keep getting voted for. It makes no sense to me. And I think the whole thing's stupid. And some people will say, Savvy, you're just fence sitting. No, this is the opposite of fence sitting. Fence sitters want peace. I don't want peace. I don't believe peace is an option. I want it to fucking burn to ash so we can build something new. I want every politician gone. I want all of the fucking current CEOs to fuck off. I want ESG gone. I don't want to negotiate. I want it gone. I want the ESRB gone. I want all this shit gone. That's not fence sitting. That is radical. Oh, man. Thank you, the Mystery 809. I hope that you and your hubby are feeling better and enjoyed your trip to Japan. Loved it. It was so magical and wonderful, and can't wait to be back. He definitely wants to go back. He's turned into a weeb. I'm so proud of him. He's watching anime without me now. And he's mostly watching subs. Mostly subs now. So proud. He tried to give it years ago. He tried to watch it, and the dubs just weren't hitting. They weren't keeping his attention. And so when I convinced him to watch the subbed version of the Korean cooking show that we fell in love with, he's like, okay, I get it now. And now that he's doing the animes, he's in love with it. He loves his Overlord anime. He's currently finishing up. He finished up season 1 on that. I think he's going to start season 2. But he fell in love with the big booby girl, Albedo. And he likes the flat-chested one, too. Good taste, big range. having range, though, gets very expensive. Son! And we need to make the peas fear us. I don't know who the peas. Gamer Forever, thank you so much. I am healing well. My dad and I got out. Good. I am sad. I love my dog named King. Thank you all. Rip King. Absolute legend. Very sorry for you, though. How do you negotiate with those who want you dead again? Please enlighten me. I can't. Michael T, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. My goodness, everybody say thank you so much. And please enjoy all of them. What do you think about the 100% tariff for movies outside of America that Trump made? Personally, that was a very bad decision. I have to look at what that actually means. Like, what? I'm just gonna say it right now. I have no idea what that means. Yeah. Is he putting a tariff on movies that are made? Is it like after production? Like, how does this affect anything? I don't know the language. I remember this being discussed previously, but I don't have enough information to know what it means. It also in this instance. So what? I'm gonna say something that this is completely dependent on the tariff working in the manner that I think it does. So let's say hypothetically, if you have a group of investors and they're not happy with Hollywood because it's not making money. Well, let's say they want to go invest in anime movies, right? But that anime movie, if it wants to come back to America, is going to get additional tax. I'm sorry, movies are not expensive for people to go see, so I'm just failing to understand this. But even if it worked the way that I'm thinking, now that I say it out loud, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, it's not gonna. I want the investors to stay in Hollywood. I don't want them to go overseas to Japan and start mucking up more Japanese stuff, right? So, like, in theory, if it worked the way that I thought it would, but that still doesn't make sense. You're not you can't tax the production of it. Like, even if they put the tariff on it, some places are so cheap that, like, it doesn't matter to the company if they go film it elsewhere or not. Like the deals that Disney is trying to set up with India. The reason why it's trying to move to India is because it's so exceptionally cheap to do anything there, right? So I'm not too sure. Not too sure how this works. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The Fictitious Musician, thank you so much for the tip. I think they are using the Charlie situation to distract people while they jam anti-American bills through Congress. Yes, that's already happened. I think it already happened 2 or 3 times. Actually, the day of, something passed. Oh, I think it's in one of my tabs on my iPad. I had it open. And only one place was talking about it, too. I'm going to have to go look again. I just have so much on my plate, but yeah. I don't think foreign stuff coming here counts as much. Warhammer needs to make an animated show with their fantasy universe for like 24 episodes to warm the studio up to make a good trilogy for the Empire, Reign, and 40K. Perfect source material. I don't want anything made by Americans right now. They'll ruin everything. Movie tickets are like $15 a piece before any snacks you might want. A family going to see a movie can easily get over 100. Oh, I guess I didn't mean it like... in the grand scheme of things, $15 is still cheap, right? Like, in the grand scheme of things, how do I guess this is such a strange thing for me to try to voice because what we pay has little to do with the movie itself. Like it's not something that gets shipped over in a bunch of shipping crates and then you have to pay an insane, import fee, for example, right? Like, I think that's kind of where I'm trying to go with it. It's not necessarily how much is a family paying. And yes, I understand that it can be expensive. I'm not arguing that. Like, obviously, if you are a family of 5, it's going to be very expensive for you to go to the movies. So it's probably not something that you do. It's much cheaper in the long run to just get a projector, decent sound system, and then do cool movie nights in your backyard or on a big wall in your home, right? That's just what I meant with that. Like in the grand scheme of things, because like the way you import a movie is not the same way that you import shoes, for example. So, there's been bigger talk on anime tourists in the last couple of weeks. There's been a lot of that. Lot of stuff going on with Japan as well. Lots and lots more people are becoming aware of what's going on in America. I actually got to meet with several people. One, of course, was Zenko over on Twitter. He is an absolutely wonderful individual who along with other anti-censorship politicians, are trying to have discussions about, keeping anime Japanese, trying to inform people about how Americans and the actual consumers don't want products to be changed or sanitized and things like that. So there's been a lot of that now popping up. The Japanese are growing very tired of the way that they are treated by some of the international, terminally online. As an American animator, I would like those jobs back in American soil. Yeah, exactly. There's no reason why we should be even outsourcing American animation. Zero reason. But Disney is hellbent on moving their animation studios to India. So blame Disney, I guess. And that just comes from chasing the min-maxing of profits, because everything has to go to scale and has to go global, and you have to constantly be, maxing profits every single year. And that 1% increase isn't enough. They need 10% or whatever. And if they don't get that, oh my God, they got to do a bunch of layoffs and try to get AI and all this stupid shit. Like, it's never enough. It is never enough. And it's so soul-sucking. Like, how many yachts do you need? Are you able to still pay yourself the salary of last year? Are you able to pay for everybody else this year? Are you able to fucking still hire all your ancillary bullshit? Then stop. Stop. 600 million for Demon Slayer. I'm mixed about the success. Dude, I love some of the stuff on it. Like, people are so surprised. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, y'all do understand that, like, theaters have been able to do this the entire time, and they only do limited releases of anime movies, but whenever they do anime movies, they have historically done, quote-unquote, well for that theater, right? So Demon Slayer making the money that it did is not surprising, and it would have made more money if more theaters would have had it. Like, it's so stupid. I don't know. I just want to strangle some people and be like, how dumb are you all? Abandon the Western movies. Just play anime at your theaters and have your theaters be successful again. Then you don't have to charge $20 for a box of sugar. But Hollywood is fuck. See, and that's the other thing, too. I want Hollywood contained. I don't want it, because at the moment that Hollywood melts and goes into other sectors, no bueno. We need Hollywood to stay in Hollywood. Imagine if they start branching out. Imagine if Netflix now makes its own little mini Hollywood section. That's going to be annoying. Need them to stay together. Go away. 1992 space movie, everyone's favorite space movie. First, Rippa returns to stream, and now the Hazel-Eyed Maiden returns. Today is my birthday, and having both y'all stream has been great presents. Oh, well, happy birthday! Please enjoy. I hope everything's been good with Rippa. Also, Green-Eyed Maiden. Hazel. That's the misinformation that we're trying to fight here. I hope Rip is good, though, and I hope that whatever kept him away from streaming was not anything bad. I hope he was just busy. Are you in the fur brats? Everybody's doing good. Everybody's doing good. Everybody is happy and healthy, aside from myself and husband. Basically, the fur children are fine. Husband and I are dying, but we're good. Thank you so much to Jimmy Ray for gifting 10 memberships. Holy shit, you're crazy. Everybody say thank you and enjoy the votes. Thank you, Bush Giver. Magical Bush Giver. Abby has green eyes. I know, since I have green eyes. See, exactly. Oh. It's not my birthday. 1992 Space Movie's birthday. Your birthday is tomorrow? Well, happy early birthday. Oh my God, I'm actually here for a live. Hey girl, hey friends. Well, hello. Welcome in. I don't know how long I'm gonna be going. I don't know how long I'm going to be going for, but we're going to be going. Oh, man. Need headphones for the memberships? Ah, yes. Yes, my membership sounds are never friendly to playing for all to hear. Rippa stopped streaming because of the Rippaverse. Okay, so it sounds like then it would have been because of busy. So that's always good. There's nothing wrong with that. Savvy, you should play Fortnite for the K-pop Demon Hunters event. No, I'm actually fuck Fortnite. I saw so Fortnite. I don't have it up on one of my tabs. We've just been looking at the same tab for so long. Actually, here, do I have something more fun that we can look at? Where's my like propaganda? Here we go. This is a fun tab. This is my propaganda tab for Varka. That's what we're gonna have right there. Fuck, Fortnite. Fortnite in its infinite fucking wisdom has decided that it's going to ban a dance emote in association with something, but then they have like the character skin of somebody who's literally a bad person. I don't know. Basically, they did it because Nazi symbolism, but there was no Nazi symbolism. They're just fucking retards. So I didn't really touch Fortnite before. I should clarify, I was one of the first people sponsored at one point by Epic in order to stream. I was paid to stream during their mobile launch of Fortnite. And all I have to say is fuck them for banning a fucking dumbass emote when there's another emote that does the exact same fucking thing. And then they got the cactar thing, I think, that does the cactar emote, which looks even more like it, even though none of it looks like it. None of it. So I'm over this Nazi symbolism shit because they're not Nazi symbolisming, right? They're doing it the wrong way, and these people want to dictate what should and shouldn't be banned, and that's why I die on the hill of defending pornography. I don't watch pornography. I don't care about porn. I don't give a shit about fleshy humans fucking other fleshy fucking humans, 3D pig, 2D pure, but now I have to defend whores and prostitutes because I want to see my anime titties jiggle on screen. Ah! Varka! Have I seen the K-pop Demon Hunters? No, I have not yet. Oh, man. I'm all over the place, guys. I'm a hot mess. Savvy, the new Fortnite. Oh, God. Hentai counts. I mean, yes and no. It does and doesn't. But, like, you know what I mean. Like, most people, when they think of pornography, they're talking about real humans. Coitus. I don't genuinely care about it, but I have to fight for it. I have to fight for the most fucked up shit in fiction to exist. Because if I don't, then we end up with 1984. And I think that that's crazy. Once again, imagine living in the eternal fear of an army that was defeated before most of us were even born. These people are literally trauma-based mind controlled. There was a really, really great post. Who retweeted it? I want to say Saran Ullman. I think he was the one who retweeted it. But as there are less and less World War II veterans with us on this planet, for obvious reasons, as time passes, the use of Nazi as an insult by ignorant children, and that's just what I'm going to call all of them to refer to the left, has gone up. And I thought that that was a really interesting thing. And I wondered, how many points in history has this happened? Because while it's not necessarily a direct correlation in terms of, you know, these World War II veterans are dead, so now 50 more people are going to use the word Nazi as an insult. That's not what that necessarily means. As you lose the people who were actually there for an event, the event gets rewritten or watered down by those who seek to use it for their own agenda, if that makes sense. So as we lose the first-hand accounts, and as we get further away from it, it's like our species, just goldfishes. And I think that there is a correlation, not necessarily between the use of the word, but there is a correlation with the rise and fall of empires and the length of time that an empire can exist. I've been saying for a long time, we are due, the empire is due to collapse. We have had a great run. We are in the process of a collapse and a cycle change, technically. The UK, prime example. Australia, prime example. China, they're constantly rising and falling there with the cycles there. That's what happens though when you have a culture that's been around for like thousands and thousands of years. So yeah. That's it's interesting, and we're gonna live through that. We're gonna live through that. The next couple of years are gonna be crazy. I think that this next year is gonna be wild. We have only just scratched the surface. I mean, this is still only Trump's first year isn't even done. It's not even done. I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired from this year. Is that crazy? Yahoo! Son! I would rather die than live through collapse. Well, please don't die. Unfortunately, collapse doesn't necessarily always mean bombs and catapults and bloodshed. Collapse, I do believe. I'd say we're dancing dangerously close to a collapse in America. And I do think that some of the things that our government hides in this business with Netanyahu, I think that if any of that were to actually be exposed, that then only then could true change really come about with the way that relationships work between countries. Otherwise, I don't see anything really changing. Likewise with the DEI and ESG, I don't see it ever going away unless BlackRock actually suffers consequences. And I just don't see that happening because they themselves are their own little empire. All of the money and all the companies that are tied to them, be it through investing in them or having those companies use them as an investment firm. It's kind of like an impossible empire to deal with. And had many cycles. Japan had theirs via World War II. So Japan has had some pretty decent cycles with the rise and fall of like the shogun and all that. Like they've had a good set of rise and falls from emperors and things like that too. You can have internal ones. It's not necessarily like a global. It doesn't have to be a globally influenced fall. It can be contained within countries. And America hasn't, like, the Civil War was the closest thing to a collapse, but we were too new to be an empire at that point. The Epstein thing went away because now Trump is close to Israel and needs to protect them. I have no idea what to make of the Epstein thing. I really don't anymore. There are some logical things. There are some very logical things that we can acknowledge with Maxwell. And then there are just everybody's just using it as a weapon and an insult. And I think that most of the people, like through mainstream media, I don't mean like normal people like you and me, but I think most of the higher ups or the like, you know, accounts with millions of followers, I don't think most of them genuinely care. I think that they're just using it. It was, you know, disheartening that Elon had used it against Trump for no reason. But then it's, you know, also, I mean, it's I don't want to say this because it's like, obviously I like Elon, right? Like he's a goofball. I don't see him as this, you know, the world's wealthiest man who's like untouchable and who needs to be, you know, worshipped. I just see him as a fellow goofball, right? And so, like, you know, seeing it then used against him, it's like, it's a little bit of karma, bro. Like, I'm sorry. It sucks, but you used it frivolously. Now people are using it against you again. And it's like unfortunately, we can either all have a little bit of respect for the situation, or we can just keep fucking using it as a means to say, oh, you're distracting from this, or oh, whatever that. Like, what are you hiding? And we do have a right to know, and it's very frustrating. So, I don't know. Yeah, people threaten to release it for political gain, and that's it. That's it. Most normal people, you, me, Chad, left, right, I genuinely don't think that it matters for the average human being. I'm not talking about the extremist who's online often. I'm not talking about, the people who were celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. I'm not talking about those. I just mean like if you go outside and you go to your local grocery store and you go ask various people, don't actually do this obviously. But like if you were to do it, you would find that people don't care about the sides. They just want the truth, and then they want justice for the victims, which to my knowledge, no justice has indeed been served to any single victim. And that's wrong. But with Epstein dead, what justice could there be other than supposedly him shipping people around? Now, I will counter that one point. I am willing to accept that Epstein did not bring children to others. Like he didn't bring 10 to 16-year-olds or however old they were to the UK, for example, for the prince or whatever, because that was a supposed connection, right? I am willing to believe that only because it is more dangerous and more difficult to do an international flight. If you are somebody who is participating in that dark, evil world, chances are you are going to try to do it. Like you're gonna go somewhere. Let's just say some prince of some country goes to a different country, and then he sources a victim from there, right? You kind of see where I'm going with this. Like if you're gonna have a pedophile ring, you're probably not doing international shipping. And I'm willing to believe that part of the notes that maybe he really didn't bring anybody outside. Now, that's very different from going to the island and people going to him, obviously. That's still a part of contention there. So we just don't know, though. Supposedly, there's all this video shit. Supposedly, Pam Bondi, who I've been saying fire her from fucking day one of that Epstein mess, saw videos and all this other shit, right? Like, if that stuff exists, I don't want the fucking video of the victims, obviously, but like something needs, like, release a still of just the adult, right? Like, prove it. Prove it, bitch. Anyway, that was big long rant. I don't know if I actually got even how we got. Oh, the collapse and then the Epstein. Okay. How did we get here? How did I start talking about something so serious? But I guess that kind of makes sense, right? If we had the power to stop Russia, we would have done so. Instead, we have to posture like we have the strength to do so while not exposing that we've become paper tiger that can only bluff. Well, so that's actually where I'm going to say no. The only reason why we don't directly get involved in things is because a declaration of war is not something anybody wants. America has the power to just... It's not necessarily a declaration of war. It's a declaration of stop this, you die now. That's it. Like that is it, right? But we want to avoid that because we take a moral high ground. And that in this instance is a good thing. A moral high ground to a degree is a good thing, sort of. But obviously, then you have to weigh the loss that we've experienced globally, the resources, and most importantly, most nefariously, you have to look at who's profiting from this. It makes more sense to actually allow these things to happen if you are a war profiteer. So a lot of our government, a lot of our individuals, Lindsey Graham, one of my favorite examples that everybody hates, fuck him. War profiteer right there, right? How many defense companies do we have? How many private defense companies that are involved in this? Lots of them. How much money are they making? Who's invested in them? Oh, look, BlackRock, Blackstone, Vanguard, State Street. They run everybody's fucking 401ks. They're heavily invested in these defense contracts, or in the defense contractors, and the defense contractors are making money off of all of this. And it's very tragic. So that is the way the world works. So it's not that we have become weak. It is that it is financially beneficial to a lot of moving parts, unfortunately, for war to continue. And that's what everyone's sick of. It's not so much that people don't support Ukraine. I think everybody supports, the people, right? I think that there's a lot of sympathy for the people of Ukraine, for the people of Palestine. We can go ahead and lump these things in together because these people are hostages in both situations. In both. They're hostages to the resources, to their politicians, to Hamas. They're not politicians, so I have to kind of add that in for Palestine. But they're hostages to that. And then instead of actually doing anything fucking useful, America's like, let's exploit the shit out of this. Because once again, it comes back to resources. And it's fucking disgusting. It's so disgusting. Keep up the great work, Savvy. I hope you feel better soon and hope everyone enjoys the rest of the stream. Bless you. Yes. We'll try to do a more fun stream this week, too. This week. I was about to say, oh my god, wait, it's Friday. The weekend's coming, but that's not true. The weekend just happened. We'll do maybe a Rim World stream in there. But yeah, there is no profit in peace. Exactly. And that's the big key point. Canada is the most hilarious one. Your major cities on our borders. What are you doing? Canada's fucking mess. Oh man. But yeah, so wow, today's stream ended up being way heavier than I expected. But you know what? I feel like I've done an okay job of like not digging in too deep into specifics and basically just saying what I think is the most lukewarm of takes. I genuinely believe that. I don't think that I've said anything revolutionary. I don't think I've said anything unpopular. I don't think I've said anything controversial. And it's not like I'm trying to say any of the geopolitical history with it because holy shit, the Middle East is a mess, and I'm not try to get into that stuff. But at the end of the day, we can all acknowledge that America's not doing anything to make it better. As a Canadian, I feel like we're fucked right now. Yep. Yeah, there's no way to do that. No way to avoid that, unfortunately. Welcome back, Savvy. It's good to have you back. Thank you. It's good to be here. I'm sorry that today is not more interesting. I'm sorry that I don't have breaking news or crazy deep dives for you. I do have some tabs. I do. I have some tabs pulled up. I have more than just Varka and Alice. Oh, here we go. This is where I made a post about the banned pornography thing. I won't get into this today. I'll probably do a video just kind of explaining this tweet maybe. I'd like to do quite a few videos. Getting ahead of myself. But I want to kind of explain why I made this a little bit better than here and give evidence for the people that I saw who are trying to make these equations of like, oh, if you ban pornography, you'll have a less violent society. And it's like, let me just stop you there. Holy shit, missed you. Hope you get better. Bless you. I missed you and everyone else as well. The Free Palestine people are cringe though. Oh, 100%. They're a bunch of assholes who don't give a shit about Palestine. They are a bunch of self-serving bored fucks who have no jobs and no fucking sense. Just none. They're fucking dumbasses. In fact, they're literally they're the same as the warmonger because they're cheering on basically people just blowing up each other. That's it. Funny, Japan has one of the lowest violences and they have tons of it. Yeah, exactly. In fact, one of the big things that I miss is just being able to go to the bookstore and then having this insane selection of yaoi, yuri, hentai, and whatever the fuck else I want to see. Yeah, we even saw quite a few of the floors where it was just like human porn. I told my husband, oh, we shouldn't go up to this one. I can hear the TVs. And he's like, wait, I want to hear. What do you mean? He thought it was going to be hentai. And I'm like, no, these are real people. In film, they're not real people having sex in front of you. And so we go upstairs and he goes, oh, look, that's a dick. And I'm like, yeah, she's sucking it. And the worker, I guess, on that floor had to have spoken English. Had to have. Because she just starts laughing. Like, you know, it was funny. But yeah, it's like, porn is not the goddamn problem. You people are so short-sighted. Missed my Savvy shirts needed. Are you telling me to release a shirt? What? But yeah, anyway. Excuse me? Oh, I don't know. Did I say something else? Savvy moment? What? It's true. There was dick right there. It was great. I mean, it wasn't great because I don't like seeing, you know, real dick outside of my husband's dick. But you know what I mean. Like, it's just there. You guys are adult kids. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. I'm really, all right, look, I get really awkward around like actual pornography. I think it's the strangest thing in the world. I skirt the line because like I love like nude photography. I love sexy cosplay. I love that sort of thing, right? And like when I see beautiful women and men doing the sexy cosplay, it's so wonderful. A big appreciation for anatomy and things like that. But when it comes to like actually like having the coitus, I don't know. I get really awkward. My poor husband, my husband's still dealing with me being shy. It's been 6 years. Denims is posting Gunnar bait because she's getting sued. Oh yeah, that's disgusting and lazy. But you know what I mean. Is she being blunt about it? That's why I watch the streams, though. I mean, there's no other way to be. I don't know. I'm not a very tactful person. I can be, but my brain's not braining right now. I don't wanna. But yeah. Oh man. That's the porn post. What else did I have? Oh yeah, Ananta. Was very excited about being able to go on a date with the cow waifu. So she's got a tail, some cow ears, and some horns. Very excited about that. Apparently, me saying that I'm not going to buy GTA 6 and just buy this because this aesthetically is more what I want, that really upset some people. And that's really crazy. Like, I don't give a shit about chasing realism. In fact, I've done some art studies on, like, real artists, and there's a handful. Not all of them do this. Not all of them do this, but some very talented realism artists, they had moved from realism to abstraction, and I can understand why they did it. I wish I could remember some of the names. I think that it's a fascinating thing, and there's another video I'd love to do, just me rambling about certain artists. But there was one interview, and I can't remember with who it was, but he basically said that you can draw and capture reality so much, but I wanted to basically have more fun than what reality allowed. And that really speaks to me. And so that's kind of like where I'm at. Like if I look side by side between GTA 6 and Ananta visually is everything that I want in a game. And GTA 6, not so much. That isn't to say that the people behind GTA 6, like the art team, holy shit, they absolutely talented individuals, spectacular. I think they put a lot of work into it. There's no denying that. They figured out some incredible shit. The beer and sweat and hair and whatever, all you can still appreciate that in the terms of like talent of what it took. But aesthetically, Ananta is just what I want. I don't give a shit about chasing realistic stuff in games. If I want reality, I'll just go to the beach, right? But yeah, GTA 6 is the current American simulator. That kind of freaks me out. Why does a Japanese game have such an Indian name? Well, it's Chinese. Also, I don't... Let me see what Ananta meaning. Ananta. Anadi, beginningless. Ananta, endless. Akanda, unbroken. Vishnu. Oh, it is an Indian thing. Sanskrit. Without end. That's actually, you know what? I'm so glad we did this. I think that that's actually really cool. So I love when, something is, the name has like major meaning. I could see that having a real meaning to what they're trying to do. The way that they talk about the game's life cycle, assuming things go well, is very fascinating because of the way that it can expand. They want the main city to be your central hub, but they're not opposed to add-ons that maybe go beyond that perhaps you have to load into. Because I think that this is supposed to work like GTA, where it's not, like a loading thing. Between Ananta and GTA 6, I would play Ananta. GTA has trash combat savvy. Yeah, it kind of does. Oh, is my mic cutting? I looked away, sorry. But basically, so I don't know if you can hear me, but Ananta means it's from one of the names of Vishnu, and it means, what did I say specifically? Endless, basically. It means endless. Oh, you got a deep throat. It's cutting out. How is it cutting out fierce? That's so weird. It hasn't this whole time, and I leaned away. You look to the fucking right once, and or the left, and it's like, ah. Will you buy real homes in it? In Ananta? um, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, because, yeah, maybe if they're not just instanced. That's interesting. Also, hi, Mike. How you doing? It's better now? Yeah, because I'm looking at Vishnu the Preserver, Brahma the Creator, and Shiva the Destroyer. Yeah, I mean, look. I also understand people's apprehension to references of certain places or religions or things like that. But it's one thing to want to preserve, your culture and things like that, like America, right? Like you don't want it to turn into another country. And so, like, I have an appreciation for a lot of the religions of the world. I may not agree with with some of them. Others I'm super inspired by. But as somebody who creates or likes to even just live in their head for their imagination, we can take let's remove the creative side of it, right? Let's just remove that for a second. Let's just say I'm somebody who lives in their head and enjoys imagining various story things or whatever. I think that you can still be inspired by elements of India and their religions and the Hindu faith, or places in the Middle East or China. A lot of the Chinese folklore is exceptionally beautiful. Regardless of how you feel about the Chinese government, you should be able to look at the texts and the works of Chinese individuals separated from that. Or incidentally, if there is crossover, like if it's government propaganda, I think that it's also important to acknowledge that. And you can still look at it and judge it. Like you can say whether or not something was effective propaganda, and you can use that to be inspired for an imaginary scenario and things like that. Obviously, some people are going to say, oh, that could be insensitive because if you do like a natural disaster that just happened and, people are going to get upset. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's fair. Maybe, like if a fucking earthquake happens, don't release a book the next day about the exact same thing. I guess wait a little bit, but at the end of the day, like that's just how it's gonna be. China has ruined its own beauty. I mean, the government. I try to separate it. I can't blame every person in a country for the choices of the government, especially not when it's a dictatorship. But they have clothes that cost the price of a condo. Wait, what? Will I be buying an Anta? An Anta is free. An Anta is free. People need to learn more about China. Also, games that come from Taiwan that is opposed to the CCP keep being called China games. Yes, I've seen that happen before, actually. But yeah, I don't know. I get into how do I say this? I get into a really, really tough spot personally when I wrestle with myself and my own morals. I obviously don't want to support the Chinese government. However, there is no denying that some Chinese games are absolutely fucking beautiful. There are some Chinese artists who really fucking enjoy them. I like to commission them. I like to buy their work. I love things like that. But I know that the money that I give them will go to the taxes that support their government that I don't like. And so my drive to support creatives and to experience the stories of others is met with a firm hand of, do you really want to support that government? And it's like, if I'm being realistic, my fucking $5 is not going to make a dent. But if everybody thinks like that, then everybody's going to keep giving their $5. And those $5 add up, right? So it is a shitty situation, and it's something tough because, like, I don't want to see the artists that I like suddenly, not get commissions or not get support just because of their government. I think that that's really sad, and I think it's really hard. I don't know. It's really shit. It's very frustrating. Am I gonna play as Kodan Starleap? I don't know. Jordan Ferry as well as Juan Yon. Oh god, I forgot how the X's are pronounced. Is it Huan Sword? Both Taiwanese. Give them a shot. I will try to remember that. Here's one for you. If the game has lesbians, the CCP has no control of it. That's banned in China. True. Think that Impact Gotcha game paid for a nuclear reactor? Yeah. I mean, Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse games make a lot of fucking money. It makes a lot of money. And what's funny is the government made them do some dumb censorship in the beginning. But obviously they've backed the fuck off because look at Lauma. Lauma is beautiful. Let me pull up a picture of Lauma. Lauma. Dear woman, probably one of the most beautiful design. What the fuck? Get out of here. Lauma, one of the most beautiful designs ever. You can't even fully appreciate her. You can't even appreciate the boobs and the hips and the way that you just get a panty shot every time she turns. Wonderful. Very excited. God damn it, YouTube. YouTube's upset that I said that. Instead of nuclear reactor, think about what happened to Alan Yu. I would say his Chinese name, but I'm not sure if YouTube would censor it. I think I know who you're talking about. But yes. Dear girl supremacy. Exactly. I'm jelly of your C1 Lauma. You should be. She heals. And I get to prance around for longer. You should absolutely be jealous of that. I honestly, while I was summoning, I was like, I'm gonna get my second ever fail on this account, and it's gonna piss me off, but at least it'll guarantee me flins. Nope, she popped up. I was very excited. So now I get to try for flins. Ah, good. What gets me is that they show Inquest versus the one you pull is nerfed of booba and ass. What? That doesn't... Oh? Thoughts on the acclaimed movie from the 90s called Cruel Intentions. It was a success because of how degenerate it was. Cruel Intentions. I don't have any thoughts on it because I don't think I saw it. I would have been a kid at the time. Lauma censorship, luckily, it will not affect players outside of China. Sucks for the Chinese players, though. Wait, what? There have been calls to censor in China, though. Here's hoping they don't. No, okay, so I saw that. I saw somebody break it down. It's literally like 10 fucking accounts or some shit. It's a bunch, like, it's such a small handful of people. Now, the actual complaint isn't just about necessarily covering her up. It's because of the age advertisement of Genshin Impact. And I can sort of mildly understand that. I don't agree with it. But I do agree that Genshin Impact should not be at the age that it claims to be. I think that all the games should just be 18 plus. Not because I want them to go hard and crazy and whatever. It would be nice if they got less juvenile writing at times, because sometimes, holy shit, Paimon, Jesus Christ, like, that is watered down shit that even, like, you don't need that kind of redundancy. That even takes the cake for American writing sometimes, once in a while. See, I do have criticisms of Genshin Impact once in a while, but I do still love it. But anyway, so they're upset just because it is a game technically marketed towards children, and she is on the sexier side. I can understand the complaint, but I don't agree with it. But, you know, I am of the mindset that anything that has in-app communication, player-to-player communications, whether it's typing or voice, I don't care, and in-app purchases should not be marked as under the legal qualification of adult age for whatever country. So if your country considers you an adult at 16, congratulations, then it's a 16 plus game. That's what I mean. It's not necessarily the content within the game, like adding blood. I'm not concerned about that. It's just simply certain practices, such as the communication and the in-app purchases, that should force it into being adult targeted. So yeah. Oculus, thank you so much for the tippy. Welcome back, Savvy. Please accept this $5 for the femboy tax. Oh, bless you. Femboy tax. I could get behind a femboy tax. I will store that $5 away specifically for some naughty femboy yowie. I've never played a gacha. As far as I go is anime. You literally are. So you could play all of Genshin without a single summon. You could. The story is enjoyable. The story is great. You will cry. You will laugh. You don't have to do the end game content. You don't have to repetitively farm. You can literally no life the game for an entire month and a half. I did it in 30 days. But you know, a normal person who wants to know life, maybe it takes you a month and a half or 2 months, and you can play the game for 8 hours a day and not run out of energy. You can experience all of the story and you'll be fine. That's it. You don't have to participate in it. You don't have to gamble. You don't have to have the latest character. You don't. I don't know why people think you do. Like the game itself, because it's free to play, you lose the convenience of accessing every little bit, right? So like if you pay $80 for a game, you get everything in the game right then and there, right? That's not how these live service games work, especially the gacha ones, right? However, once again, the entire game is completely playable without a single summon. Just saying. Yahoo! And you need to up its age rating. Are you going to play Petite Planet when it releases? I'm going to play all the Hoyo games. I am a Hoyo shell at this point. That's all I have to say. Master Throne! Thank you so much for the squiggly tipperoo. I love you, Madam Savvy. Thank you. I love you too. In a very platonic way. Yahoo! Ah, fuck, you're gonna make me stumble over this one. Pakistani national. I think that's the first time I've ever said it right. Thank you for the Canadian tip. Have you played Snowbreak Containment Zone? You'd like those characters. I have not. I unfortunately have not. I'd love to, though. They do look beautiful. Isn't that the one, though, that's lacking in content? I don't remember what. Pick and choose your gachas. Dude, at one point I was playing 5 or 6 of them at once. And then even I said, I can't do this if I want to research. Sabby, if you want any info about the actor, I can direct you, but it will make you really... I think I honestly already know what you're talking about. I just need to go look and have a quick refresher. But I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're talking about. Fuck, dude. Alright, I have to go to the bathroom. And as much as I'd like to admit that it would just be a quick, watering of the crops, I don't think it will. Is getting into TMI, like, severely. So, also, this actually went longer. I'm proud of myself. This went for 1 hour and 23 minutes, which is, more so than what I was expecting. Yeah, I'm gonna mosey. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and have a good long sit. No, it's not because of piss hands. And I thank you all for being here. We didn't talk about a fraction of what I actually wanted to talk about today, but that's okay. I'm marbles have been lost, so there's nothing of value that I could have contributed to in a meaningful way. Plus, all my notes are still on my iPad. I actually have to transfer everything to the computer and organize it because I do have more. I never actually stopped. I know that obviously a lot of people have stopped talking about those who were celebrating the Charlie Kirk assassination, but I actually, technically never stopped looking. So I also found an interesting way to look at likes on Blue Sky. So stuff there. Normal stream, well, sort of. Actually, yeah, that's true. I mean, it is a little bit on the normal side. I usually stream for about an hour. So 1 hour to 2 hours. So I'm surprised that I made it. God, I really gotta go to the bathroom. Holy shit. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm sorry that I took off an additional week. I'm sorry that I haven't streamed at all this month. How many more days are left in this month? It's the 29th? I don't fucking know how many days are in September. I don't even know how many... Where's the calendar? I'm just fucking myself! Why am I doing this right now? Where's my stupid calendar app? Okay, so tomorrow is 30 days of September. I'm sure somebody said it. So I might try to stream tomorrow just to have 2 streams for this month. Wow. So this next 30 days is gonna suck ass for me. But actually 60 days because of the way that YouTube payments work. That's just me lamenting how much yaoi I won't be able to buy. God damn it. That's literally my only concern. Anyway, I love you all. Have a good, fantastic, wonderful evening or day, morning, night, wherever you are in the world. And I will try to have something much more of value for you upon my next stream. And at the very least, maybe some RimWorld. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Thank you all the new members. Thank you everybody who spent your time here. And as always, fuck some shit up. Peacefully. I've never said that before. But maybe we'll make it a thing. Gamer Forever, thank you so much!
Yahoo!
Have you played Cabernet? It's a good vampire game. I have not. I will add it to the list. Thank you. Bless you. And broadcast, where's the button?